Hi guys, Choco here. Welcome to the cave. Today we're doing a mushroom soup. I've already started to melt my sort of butter. I think I'm using marge, and I put in about that much. I guess it's about 25-30 grams of butter or marge. So just a good spoonful. You'll be pleased to hear that I've already prepared some veg. So we're going to put in 1 onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and 2 celery sticks. And we're just going to sweat them off, which means just basically making them go a bit soft and see-through, just on like a low heat, and that will take about a minute or so, and then I'll be back. Right, so they've sort of sweated off for a couple of minutes, so now I'm going to add my mushrooms. I've got 500 grams of mushrooms in there. We're just going to do the same thing, but let them sweat off. But this time we're gonna, oh, there's one that's not even chopped. This time we're gonna give it like 5-10 minutes till they're looking sort of all sort of, look, there's another one. Oh, there we go. Until they are like nice and sweaty. Okay, so you might have to come back and stir it every couple of minutes. Right, so it's exactly 10 minutes later, and what we're going to do, can you see how much water has come off the mushrooms? What we're going to do now is we're now going to add a flat as you can tablespoon, I hope it's a tablespoon, as in I don't know what you call this, it's a really big spoon. Yeah, so anyway, 1 flat tablespoon of flour, any flour will do, and we'll just give that a stir. So mix it in, and we don't want any white bits left, so I'll just do this for a sec. So I spent about, I guess, about a minute stirring that that flour in and allowing it to cook as it sits on top of the ingredients there. I've boiled a kettle whilst the mushrooms were cooking. I've boiled a kettle, and we're going to add a litre, about that, a litre of boiling water to the mixture. And because it's boiling water, it means we don't have to wash it. I'm just going to put it on the side, because we're now going to put in 2, oh, they're plain, 2 chicken stock cubes. So just by adding it this way, it just means you can dissolve it in the jug, or you could just stir it in here. So it's just saved me a little bit of washing up. I'll stir it in a second. Now we're going to add in a teaspoon of thyme. Don't know how you can see it. So just 1 teaspoon. But you can be as generous with your teaspoon as you like. I like sort of like herbs. I like the taste of it, as you probably know by now if you've watched any of the other videos. And we're going to add in the same amount, 1 teaspoon of parsley. Obviously, if you've got the fresh stuff, that's amazing, well done you. But if you're normal or just and things die in your kitchen, just use stuff that can't die. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to be stirring it for a few minutes, and then, oh, we forgot something. I forgot to add, there's always something, and we're going to add, oh, I can't even get it off. We're going to add 1 bay leaf. Okay, it actually, do you know, this does look like I've just got something out of my garden. Yeah, we're going to add one of those. We're going to remove this just in case I forget. Before we go to blend it, we're going to take this out. Oh, it really will taste like you're eating something out of your garden. Right, so what we need to do now is I'm just going to stir that mixture just for like a minute, just to make sure that everything's kind of like nicely blended in. And then oh, it smells good. I'm going to let it cook for about 15 minutes. Okay, you could probably do it in 10, but just to be on the safe side, just to make sure that everything's nice, 15 minutes. Okay, see you in a bit. Right, so it's been cooking for 15 minutes. I'm just going to take that bay leaf out before I forget. It smells really, really good, actually. I know I always say that, but this does taste really, really good. So now what we're going to do, and it's gone down a little bit as well, so evaporated a bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to blend it till it's smooth. You can either use a hand blender or like a big food processor blender like I've got. Or you could just eat it like this. Actually, I think this is one of those soups where it would actually be quite nice. I'm not a big fan of like chunky soups, but actually I think this would be really good. So anyway, I'll show you what it looks like when it's been blended. Hi, so this is the blended soup, and I've had a taste of it, risking boiling my mouth, and this burning my mouth rather, and this is super, super, super good. It's so nice. If it's ready to serve now, it doesn't need, in my opinion, it doesn't need salt, it doesn't need pepper, it doesn't need anything else added to this. If you want to be like posh, if you're entertaining, what you can do is swirl in like a little bit of cream on top, and then sprinkle some parsley on it. But I personally, I don't want to mess with the flavour of this. This is really, really nice soup. Obviously it's good to freeze. It's good to freeze before you add any dairy, any cream or anything like that to it. So always let it cool down, freeze it, then defrost it, then add, like reheat, and then add your cream to it. You can use creme fraiche, you know, any like you'd want to use some like double cream, something like thick and creamy. You wouldn't want to add anything that's going to make this watery. I cannot tell you how good this soup is. It's just so quick, just so cheap, and it just tastes, it's like one of these things where you kind of know it's healthy, but it doesn't taste healthy. and that's, I don't want to eat food that tastes healthy. I want to eat food that just tastes good, and this is one of them. So I hope you really enjoy this, and there we go. Another triumph.